Welcome to another adventure in Amped. Now, we're not starting at home base today because there's a couple things we wanted to show you anyhow. It's not too much. We have recently, as you know, we've built this path if you watched the previous episodes, but along the path we now have a chicken farm, and that's been going fairly well. Also, another thing we've also built, or should I say I have, is an Enderman shelter, which Endermen do like this area. However, they do, when I spot one, they don't seem to want to teleport across the water. So one of the objectives, off camera obviously, because it's real boring, is to expand this area here so it'll be inviting enough for an Enderman to teleport over, and it can beat him in safety over there. So anyway, as you saw in this episode, at the very beginning, the title is The Big Move, and there's a reason why. Now, it's not 100% complete, but the house, for the most part, is ready to move in. Now, the only difference between the other shows and this one is, in the other ones I build a hidey hole or a house, then when I'm done with it, move everything in and abandon it altogether. Or in the case of other projects, if a building's made of wood, I torch it. This case, however, we still have a mine system here with valuable loot. So this will serve as a mining station. We're going to keep the crafting table and the bed here, as well as the stove. But we're going to take a lot of this stuff with us. We're not going to be able to take everything, of course, but we're going to take a lot of it. We'll leave some of the fancy schmancy stuff for a little later, and I'm not sure why those two were separate. And we also built a second bed for the house. So not everything is going to come with us. They could use the extra fence piece. We'll worry about the rest later. Anyway, it's time to make the big move to the house up there. And if you didn't see it, I know it's really hard from a distance, but the exterior is complete. I'll put it in the upper corner there so it shows a little better. Anyway, this is a picture of the house from the front, and this is a picture of the house from the side I was showing you, except higher up. And as you can see, there is a deck, and it is supported by the rock. So that's what it looks like, because up close and personal you don't really see too much of the detail. So that's why I showed you pictures. Those are on the Real Tough Facebook site, so there ain't much to see there. It's just very basic, you know, what's up and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, here we are. We'll give you a tour of what's currently finished. We enter the mud room, which here in New England is a must. So you got a couple more seats to take off your stuff, clothes, you know, jackets and what have not. And right over here is the kitchen, which I am going to take good chunk of those, and I know it's a waste to do just one, but here we christen the kitchen by doing that. Got a couple of sinks, a lot of counter space. Over here we have the dining room. As you can see, 8 places, as if I have that many people. And as you can see, it kind of blocks the rear door, but you know, whatever. And here's that deck that looks out to the outer world as much as Minecraft allows. This is rendering on far, which isn't really all that far, especially when you're way up above the clouds. And here, a little, kind of a little den. And over here is the TV room. You got a couple of end tables, a sofa, and a big screen TV. And I do have a painting in which I tried to get that only 4x2 painting to appear. The one with the karate fighters or whatever they are. I've been trying it for like 15 minutes, got everything but. So until then, it's just a black screen. And then over here is our room with construction materials and what have not. So we'll put those there. And while I'm at it, because I'm a tad low, let's make ourselves some torches. There we go. And we need to put the glass away. I got an idea of what to do with those. Grab that stick, we could use it. Up to the second level, which we got this big hallway. And over here, I think this is going to be a guest bedroom. And over here, this is just a long-winded hallway, which goes to another couple of bedrooms. Now, I'm going to make this map available to the public at some point, so perhaps this will become handy as a multiplayer map if you decide to download it in the future. Just need to get things going a little more. Up here on the top level, I only partially carpeted everything. I have not done anything with this area much yet. This is incomplete. There's supposed to be a couple of rooms up here. This is supposed to be the master bedroom. And over here would be another utility room of some sort, which has a ladder up to the attic. And I think up here, I'm going to put a bunch of chests, you know, like you see on other Minecraft videos where people spend pretty much their lives going around mining stuff and they have crap loads of chests with crap loads of stuff in it. Well, that's what this was built for. And I'm not going to say I'll have a ton of stuff up here, but so some of these rooms I'm not sure what to do with quite yet. This will be the master bedroom. In fact, as you can see, it's ridiculously huge. And right now, I think I may want to put a bed down. The thing is, where would I like to sleep? Oh, look. Oh no, that's a cloud. I thought that was the moon coming up. Now, I used black glass. In fact, there's the sun, ready to set. I used black glass while it is providing the darkest view out to the real world. The hash marks and borders actually, coupled with the black color or tint, actually provides the least impedance in terms of getting a view. So maybe I might put my bed here. So I'm not sure what to do with the rest of this. This might be a gigantic closet, which, well, in Minecraft, not really useful. Anyway, if we head down, I'll take our one chicken and put it in our pantry. There we go. So that's what we got right now for the 50-cent tour. You might have also noticed that I've stored a crapload of cobblestone and more to come. Because one of the things I did mention that I wanted to do is I want to come out here and build a bridge to that mountain. And I'm thinking it'll be straight. It's not going to go up. I think this will be a giant mining operation for cobblestone and maybe some coal that might be in there along the way. So we can traverse this amplified world in a much easier way, other than just doing the old pillar up thing that a lot of the younger kids do. I want it to be more lethargical than that. And as you can see, I'll point it out again. I don't know why we're hitting the fence, but the yard is built so that no enemies can spawn inside it. Did a little modification to the lighting because there were a couple of really dark spots. And took care of that. And as you can see, that for the most part the fencing is one block back from the very edges in most instances. That allows for any monsters that spawn just below this area to not be able to make eye contact even when I jump. So if anything spawns along the perimeter, so be it. We don't have to worry about anything. Nothing will come up here. And we'll be plenty safe. Nothing bad can ever happen, pretty much. You know, we're just gonna throw a couple extra down just for the hell of it. The only thing that would suck is if we're up here and we look over and stare into the eyes of an Enderman. That would be kind of a problem. But then again, we have a couple of doorways to stand at. And here's the house from this angle. So yeah, there is an angle where we can see it a lot better. Or even right about here. The front, that is. This was a major pain in the butt to do. A lot of scaffolding. A lot of fun. So that's what we got here. Now the question is what to do next. Oh look, we got a spot that's a little dark. Well, not anymore. So that's the house. And what I'm going to do is come back a little later. And we're going to have ourselves a little PeTA moment. Well, here we are back on the ground. There are the sheep. We're not interested in the sheep. We're interested in the cows. And I fed them a while ago, and well, they all grew up. So, before we have our little PeTA moment, we're going to go over here and get ourselves a bunch of wheat. And off camera, I'll plant the seeds because that'll be boring. Get that out of hand. I still have the arrows with me, which I didn't really want to do. Alright. Come on. Come on, come on. That's how it goes. Alright. So now you're eating away. And now it's time for a PeTA moment. This is for you, all you animal lovers, even though this is a game. Ready? Time for some PeTA love. there you have it. That was just for you guys. So we got all that wonderful meat. Let's see how much we got. 64, 74, 77 pieces, 35 leather. So what I'm going to do now is, okay, this won't be long, is I'm going to seed this up. Yep, plop one right there. There we go. And we need to actually fill in. There we go. Yeah, good enough. Not too worried about 2 pieces. And we'll just ditch that. Not worried too much about the chickens right now. So as the sun goes down, what I'm going to do is try and well, actually I'm going to change objectives here. Need to build more chests. I also want to put picture frames for items that are collected. I've built this huge tree farm to help get all the wood to build the house that we now reside in. I think this may be enough for now. We can that ought to do for now. And for the dark wood that's inside, I've found a roofed forest biome and brought a couple of... I brought, I think, 2 trees worth of saplings with me. And I did ultimately have enough for a 3rd, but I got rid of it. So what I'm going to do now is off camera is expand this area for the Endermen to hopefully spawn into, so that this shelter will be very useful. Because right now it's not too useful because there's not enough land for them to safely teleport in. So I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm going to come back a little later. And when I come back, we're going to somewhat start exploring. Now that we got our now we got some cobblestone, we can build a bridge and what have not. Okay, that's enough. See you on the flip side. Okay, so I figured out what to do with this closet. As I was saying, you don't have clothes or anything, but you actually do have armor. So over here, when I fight zombies and they drop armor, that's where we'll put that. Right now we still don't have a true home for that. That was just temporary. You're just using this as a temporary drop off for anything that I don't want to lose. That's somewhat important. Some of it maybe not. Ender pearls and eye vendors, I'll put them there, because as we fight this stuff and other monsters, speaking of, there's weaponry. We got leather, we got materials to make new arrows. We got arrows and a bow, which I think I should actually put there for now because I don't have a shovel. So anyway, one of our projects is to go and build a bridge from this house with construction materials for immediate use. And I'll just throw that there for now and put this in here. Alright. Now I want to build a bridge to that mountain. So I'm thinking I'll look at it from here, and I gotta probably go for the center. I know going in right in that spot would be easiest, but why do things easy when you can do it my way instead? So we'll make it a 3 wide. That I have predetermined. So I'm going to do here is go over the side a little bit. What I'm going to do is try to make this look somewhat believable in terms of structural support, which I didn't have to dig too far right there. We can knock these 3 pieces of fence down. And again, just for believability, we'll okay. So there we have a believable structure for the bridge. Now the fun part is getting over there without taking a nasty fall, as you can see. This is what we refer to as it would suck. So what we're going to do is try and make this as believable of a bridge system as humanly possible, meaning proper structural support as it makes the span. Which is why I'm going 3 deep right now on the start, is so that we will have a very believable system here. And there we go there. And use the sneak button to position myself so we don't take the almighty plunge, which would totally suck. I think 5 out from the edge, we can change over to 2 deep. And then finally just single block. That way from the side, like I said, this will look like a believable structure, not just something that looks like it's kind of floating there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Might move torches around when we figure out where the end actually is for it. Just not quite sure. And again, this will be the last 3 deep. Then we'll go 2. Gotta remember to hit the shift key the right shift key, because that's the one I bound for sneaking. Actually, I think that might actually, no, that isn't original. Yeah, I completely bound the keys differently, so it was more of a, sort of feel more like what it did when I played older games. What I might do is when I get closer to the when I get to the other side is I'll just build a 1 gap 1 wide section all the way to the end, and then do the same thing I did here. Okay, 4th one. And there. Alright, we got our support system here. And this, of course, is just to keep us from falling off and just to make it look a little nicer. 1, 2, 3, 4, before, and likewise. How are we doing on time? Okay. Oh, no. Sacrificial. Oh well. Alright, let's see how this works. Hey, I got the sneak thing to actually work. Usually it doesn't really hang on to it. As soon as I let go of the sneak button, it tends to get out of the crouch position, then I fall and die. Not this time. Which is a nice change of pace that something actually worked. So like I said, is once I've established where this is going, I'm gonna repeat the structural system. Okay, we're getting semi-close. You know, put a believable anchor at the very beginning and work from there pretty much. However, I think I'm going to have to go back to the house and sleep the day off. And unsneak. There we go. Yeah, we're going to have to go back to bed. So, I'm not going to bore you with that much. I just wanted you to see the start of what's going to become the bridge over to that hill, which will provide a ton of building material as well as sort of a link to other parts of the world, which it's really hard to get to. Be back. Okay, as you can see, there's the house again, and we've built the bridge. And it goes all the way here to this mountain, roughly the center. So, yeah, that's pretty close to the center. And as if we go over here, you can see we made it look like you can't see it on this side, but everything is resting on rock, so it's believable, and it is resting on rock over there, and anything dirt was dug out and replaced with stone. And as you can see, it makes the span. It looks somewhat believable. It looks like it's properly supported and everything. I know in Minecraft that doesn't really matter, but why not make it look good? So this is something that will have a twofold purpose. One of them being is to get across to the other side of the mountain, because it's being amplified biomes. It's kind of tricky to maneuver around. And the other is a crap load of building material, so we can traverse the hills and mountains along our path, as well as have materials to build access route to places that we might want a little more, want better access to. And I'm going to put the torches in the middle. Typically I put them on the walls, but as I've said before, this is going to be something in which the hill will mostly be gutted clean, left as a shell. Not to say that it will become a total shell, but it'll be gutted out, and if we leave the torches on the walls, we could accidentally knock them off. If we leave them on the floor, we will breach the, we'll be breaching the system from the sides, like here and here, before we hit over here and knock down a torch. So there's a method to the madness. So I'll just go 3 more for now. So I could, the idea is that every time I go full distance in terms of reachability, the end of the tunnel that's been dug will go to, will be one that a torch goes to, just like that. And we'll throw an extra fence piece here. Stutter. Big lag there. Then again, amplified biomes are known to do that. So, yeah, see, as you can see, we can only reach 5 deep. And every fifth block is where I put in a torch. Now that you see it, it makes a little more sense. So what I'm going to do is I will pause the camera once I lay down this torch and grab these pieces. There we go. It's getting dark already. So anyway, I'm going to need to make another pickaxe. And I still have tons of stuff on me I don't really want. That is, I don't want it on me. So, build some more chests, label more chests. Everything should be fine. I don't know how deep that hill goes. I think I'm probably like a quarter of the way through it if I remember correctly. Not 100% sure. So, I'm just gonna pause the video as I said I was going to do, and come back after I'm done doing some work. Okay, not much longer after I paused, I bore my way through, as you can see there, and we got a little bit of an interesting new landscape to look at. You can see, I think it was right about, I think it was right here that we stopped. So we just went this much further, and then lo and behold, we've got, I believe, a winter biome. I can't remember exactly which kind of winter biome it is. I can never remember what they're called. So let's put the sky in the corner, hit the old F3 button. Oh, that's actually extreme hills where I am right now. But I think below. Oh yeah. After I dug this out, after I stopped recording, I made some path over to the new land, but as you can see, I kinda can't make it. So what I did is go 2. Okay. Made a gravel elevator here, as Paul Soares likes to call those. And made my way down, pretty much. So the whole purpose of now is to figure out how to get down here safely, which I'm not sure how to go about doing. So I think that will be enough. Let's make it too deep, so Yeah, it kind of helps. Kind of helps in reaching what I want to reach, which it's getting harder, not easier. So the hills drop off quite a bit. So I think right here will be a good spot. I'm not going to bore you entirely with this. I just want to get far enough that we can see exactly where we're located. There. So yes, while there is some pillaring up here and there. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, well. Call it a support leg. Well, I might make it one. So let's see. Nope, didn't safely get over to the side, which I was hoping I could have done. Yeah, let's just make a pillar of believability. Why not? Okay, now we're high enough that we can reach that. Good. So now my question is, where exactly are we? Let's... Okay, it's hard to... Extreme Hills. Okay, this is still all Extreme Hills, apparently. Extreme Hills Plus, it says. As you know, when it has a plus sign, it's just that much bigger. There, I put it in the sky so it's easier to read. Alright, so... We got a couple of trees in the way of our little... Yeah, that one's really not. We can leave that one. Yeah, so it kind of has a believable structural support to it. So what I'm going to do here at this point is pause and then come back when we get this thing all finished up and take a look around. Okay, went back home, slept off the night, grabbed more material, finished the steps. So let's see what we got here. This is Extreme Hills, as it says. Extreme Hills Plus. The plus means it's just that much better. Still Extreme Hills, right? Yeah, extreme. Now it's just Extreme Hills. Which are still fairly extreme. Wow. I have not seen exposed rock in such large quantities. I mean, we're still pretty high. I mean, look at how close the cloud deck is. We're still very high up. I haven't really gone anywhere. So, yeah, let's just take a peek around and see what we got here. Got more chickens. Oh, we got another plains. Uh-oh. Do we have a lava pool? Looks like we have another lava pool and oh, wow. That's just bad. This lava pool from that floating island, it's just destroying the forest. Wow. Yeah, that's not good. Anyway, we got some planes over here. Question is there a village? First off, let's point out where we are. Need to always have a point of reference. Okay, I got a point of reference now, so what I'm gonna do is I got enough gravel there to make a little gravel elevator and make our safe approach down. There we go. So we gotta build yet another little bridge down, which fortunately brought quite a bit of material in which to do just that. And fall. Now the question is, where am I relative to? Not that it has to be perfectly aligned, you know. Yeah, it's not perfectly aligned, but we'll put it here. And I think I could go down one, like so. The idea here is to keep things somewhat consistent. I know I don't have too much gravel left to do the elevator thing, but I do have regular dirt, which okay, right there, good. I do have regular dirt if I can't reach. Let's see. Well, eventually. Actually, no. That goes away. Yeah, one more. Come on. Ouch. Oh well. Let's see if we have enough gravel to make this work. I'm not quite... No. Wasn't quite sure there. Okay, either way. Either one. So one thing about amplified biomes is it takes forever to get anywhere, and to make a safe way in which to go about it. So let's just pull this up one more. Here we go. Are we high enough? Can we reach? Yes, we can. But we gotta be fast on the button. Although if I move myself a little more forward, it'll be that much more easier. So this is gonna take a moment, needless to say. And I got plenty more of that stuff, so what I'm gonna do is make a pillar of believability. So it doesn't look like this is just structure floating in midair. Because we gotta make it look somewhat plausible in terms of possible existence of this thing. So what I'm gonna do now is, as this is a bit tedious, is, yeah, I'll leave that block there. Finish up this pillar of believability, which look silly floating on top of a little bit of dirt like that. Pause the camera, finish this up, and see what we can find here in the plains. Oh, but before we do that, we got a friend, Mr. Creeper. Hi, Mr. Creeper. It's probably gonna blow up. Nope. I wins. Alright, before I pause, I'm just gonna go into this cave system. Wow, tons of coal. Just gonna light it up a little bit. Yeah, just enough to keep things safe. Anyway, it looks like I'm gonna have to head back home anyway and sleep off the night. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, did a little work, came back, finished this little stairway. So let's go and take a peek at what we got here, and making sure to not go terribly far. I will not spend a lot of time getting gravel here. The whole purpose was to come here and see what's around. I just want to recoup some of the gravel I lost over time. As we can see here, that's one nasty lava fall. And it stopped there. One tree still burning way over there. So now the thing is, now that we're in a plains, and I know it doesn't look like one, stumbling block. Say goodbye to it. I'm beginning to think this might be the same one we've already explored. I'm just wasting time and effort looking at it. Oh well. Hey, stumbling block. Say goodbye to that one. Got lots of flowers here. Let's climb and I think this might be the what is it called? Not plains. But it's got a crap load of flowers in it. This is pretty foreboding, because we got a giant island bridge over there. Yeah, look at all these, Uh-oh. Where are we shooting from? Run! Run! Because I don't know where you're coming from, so I don't want to be around. There we go. Out of harm's way. Okay, right about... Okay, it's getting a bit far away, so... Once I have... Let's make this... I don't know. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... Yeah, because I got 13. Well, we could go one more. We have 13 of those, and we can drop 3 blocks safely, no problem. So... That way we don't really lose where we are. We can get home. So we hope. Or if we're out here and die, and we keep on the path, then we will be able to find our stuff. Which I don't want to lose. But then again, a lot of it's relatively junk anyway. And there's some stuff that's plenty useful. Don't get me wrong there. And we got very dark spots over here. Well, that side is awful dark. It's kind of like the housing projects. If you want to live, you don't want anything to do with them. Okay, I think it's getting dark already. So what I'm going to do here is now we got 11, so we can go 14, and I already lost count, so I'm not sure how many I actually put down. What I'll do, and I know it's kind of amateur hour, but since I got some things to do outside of the world of Minecraft that I need to take care of, I'm gonna pause the video and just stay up here and hope I'll be safe in doing so. Okay, see, it is second line from the bottom. Flower forest. That's what the biome is. Anyway, we're back down and we're going to explore a little bit. While I was up there, I saw a couple of creepers form, so I'm going to do what I normally don't do, and that's head directly at it. Uh-oh. Wasn't properly aimed. These little slots don't die in the sun. Alright, there were 2 of them, but now there's apparently just the one. In terms of the creepers. Anyway, I already got myself lost. I left a giant stone pillar. Oh, there it is. Oh, we got this giant hill over there that I don't think I can get to without a lot of tunneling and what have not. So let's see which way we can go. I wanna... Ooh, this could be bad. Yeah, that was not a smart move. I got out of it, so hey, all is good. I was looking this way, let's go this way. And fall. Here we go. See what's over here. Got another cave with a lot of coal in it. That's pretty neat. But right now we're interested in... Let's see how much... we don't have... We don't have enough of... this stuff here. I also want to light it up. Actually, put it right there. The idea here is just to keep things from getting near us. Not out of torches, we just ran out of a stack. We'll We'll look at that a little later. I just want to make things a little safe for now. Okay, that's a dead end. That's one very giant ravine there. Alright, and we got something over here we need to light up as well. There, now we're safe. Need more of this stuff. What I'll do is just knock out a section of this stuff here. Head back out and start exploring some more. Got a flickering light here. I think that'll do us for now. Oh, we ain't got much more time in this particular episode, which might actually be a good thing. I know the wasn't the most exciting thing on the planet, but one of the things we wanted to do was to explore, and here we are. So what I'll do is I'll do one of those, and let's hope we hit water. Yes. Just barely, but we made it. Would put a pillar up, but I can't see it now. There it is. Anyway, what I'll do is just clear some of this wood out of the way here. Clear the treeage. That way we'll have a path that we can navigate and kind of lets us know where we have been and how to get to where we're going. Yeah, we'll clear this one too, just because. Kind of in the way. Can't say I've seen much of anything here. Oh, we got another cave system over here. Before we play tag with a creeper, let's just... There we go. No, not a good place to put it. Oh, hey, zombies. Okay. And that should help keep things a little safer. Anyway, let's just head back roughly to where we were. There we are. I know. Not the... Okay, actually, I don't know if that was where we were. No, it wasn't, now that I'm looking at it. Okay, we were over here. And I know the timer rang, but we gotta... Just want to check out an area that we've found here. Stumbling block. Let's get rid of it. Another cave that... Okay, that just leads into a system, but right now we're just exploring. Oh, that just turned into stone. That's no good. Well, anyway. Wish I could put him in the lava. That ain't gonna happen. So anyway, let's just sort of head back to where it was sort of safe. In fact, let's actually try and get back home. So we're going into overtime. You know what? I actually went here without a battle plan to getting home safely. Good job. Okay. So we need to find the way back home. That works. And let's go. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, we need to actually make the hill. There we go. Okay, we need to actually make the jump. There we go. Let's see if we can get back home within a reasonable amount of time, if at all possible. We got our... Okay, we need to run when we press run. Okay. I think we're in the home stretch pretty much. So what we want to do now is just simply get into safe territory. Hey, skeleton. Let's just kill that guy. Here comes a creeper. Here comes another creeper. Nope. That's one. And two. Okay, I see the stairs to home. I don't like the fact that the world's not generating properly. Hey, more creepers. Why not? Keeps things a little more exciting. Whoa, that came out wrong. That didn't go right. Oh, look at that. Okay, not paying attention to our food bar. Well, wasn't perfect, but hey, we got the job done. And now we're just making a slow trek back home, and then we'll call it a show. Yeah, this is one of the longest overtimes, but makes things interesting when you got all these monsters trying to get at you. It's probably the most interesting part of the whole show today. So we head down here. Okay, where all the torches are is where safety lies. You coming for me? Well, you didn't win. And we got a spider. Wonder if he's gonna try to make the steps. Just gotta make sure we get home safely. And we have, for the most part. That would be good enough in my book. So, eat here. And this will end this wonderful, exciting episode of Amped. Well, kind of somewhat got exciting near the end, and that pretty much was about it. George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.